And buenos dias to my canas and my canalitas. Hey, I wanted to get on this motherfucking and just rap with you. Before I get to the meat and potatoes of what I was hoping to discuss or share, I just want to say this. For some of you who have been following my content, for some of you who may know me on other social media platforms and whatnot, you would know that I have kind of been like talk of a certain region. Guys have been having meetings about some of the content that I have been sharing and whatnot. A lot of people have been in their feelings. Some of the content that I have been creating has put some guys in a mind state to where they go to reminiscing, right? Not only are some of these guys reminiscing, some of these guys is, it's evoking old feelings in some guys and whatnot. Even though that the content that I share, it's not based on lies, it's not inciting retaliatory actions against any specific community or any um, factions of African Americans or melanated people. You feel what I'm saying? I don't get on here and I don't do this to create problems, but I digress. I wanted to get on this motherfucker and just briefly talk about mental health. And the reason why I feel like it's important for me to get on here and dialogue and confab about mental health because we are we are on the cusp of some very trying, dangerous, and hard times, right? I don't know if a lot of you are familiar or know about the statistics and the data that was associated with COVID, right? When COVID hit, the suicide rate increased, right? So I feel like with this next release of this big pandemic that's about to be released, I feel like the suicide rate is going to triple. So let's talk about preventative measures when individuals is dealing with being restricted, being confined, being on lockdown, being fearful of getting this disease. You know, watching the news and the news is exaggerating the death rate, and the news is putting out this false narrative that's instilling fear in a lot of people. A lot of people can become emotionally traumatized, right? So this is what I want to share, right? You may have just say you have a dude named Joe and Angelo, right? Joe and Angelo go through similar situations. Let's just say identical situations. Joe says, it's okay. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to be all right. On the other hand, Angelo feels trapped inside of his body. He feels like no one understands him. He's having panic attacks, and he never had panic attacks. He's having anxiety attacks. He's thinking the world is going to end. He's feeling like he's going to die. He's in a state of depression. He doesn't want to do this. He don't want to do that. And he kills himself. But Joe and Angelo just went through identical situations. Why did Angelo kill himself? Why wasn't Angelo capable of persevering through these challenges and these hardships in the same fashion that Joe was capable of? Why? Let that marinate. The why. Why did Angelo kill himself? Why did Angelo, put a permanent solution to a temporary problem? A lot of people, a lot of people kill themselves because increase in cortisol. So now I don't know the scientific measurements and all that. So don't take it out of context. But oh, he said 50 cc's and it's only secreting this amount. I don't know the scientific measurements. Forgive me for not researching and studying that. I feel like me researching and studying the amount of or cortisol secretion that the brain produces when we're facing these stressors, I feel like is irrelevant. What's relevant is us finding a solution and to prevent individuals from killing themselves, right? So I did research, right? And I found out that a staggering number of individuals who attempted suicide or committed suicide had an increased level of cortisol. Cortisol is a hormone that creates depression, anxiety, um, panic attacks, and all these ill feelings that you feel when you're depressed and you don't want to do anything, right? So it's been scientifically proven that when COVID hit, right, a lot of people who had gotten COVID, their cortisol levels shot through the roof. I was one of those individuals. COVID affected me in a manner to where I was extremely depressed. My panic attacks, man, and my anxiety attacks, usually like when you have a panic attack or an anxiety attack, it lasts for about 15 minutes. In some cases, you may have a panic attack, anxiety attack for about 30 minutes. But these attacks was lasting for days. And I'm like, fuck, now I'm starting to feel trapped in my body. Like, fuck, how do I rid myself of this feeling? I started reading the Bible, but that didn't work. I started praying more frequently, but that didn't work because what was going on in my brain, inside of my body, was an increased production of cortisol. The cortisol had me just all fucked up, man, and I didn't know what the fuck to do, man, when I had got COVID. So I say, I wasn't, yes, I have PTSD and I have dealt with anxiety attack, panic attacks, things of this nature, but never this intense. It has never been on me this intensely. So I started doing research, and I talk about this in another one of my videos as well. So I started doing research. I say panic attacks associated with COVID. When I when I began to research this, it showed that the panic attacks, excuse me, I apologize. It showed that COVID-19 was triggering mental health disorders in a lot of people. I read about this doctor. She had got COVID, right? And she had identical symptoms that I had, right? She went back to work and it was telling like, hey, whatever her name was, hey, you don't seem like yourself. And she told them, I don't feel like myself. 2 weeks of being back to work, the woman killed herself. The cortisol production was too much. So these hard times, these dangerous times, these challenging times that we're about to face with the release of potentially disease X, the economy probably, the stock market probably collapse, so the economy will be obsolete. Martial law may break out. We may be entering into World War III. These are all stressors. Everybody's body may not produce 50 cc's of cortisol as a response to these stressors. This guy body may produce 250 cc's of cortisol, but that's okay. My whole message today is it's going to be okay. When you find yourself stressed out, depressed, and you don't know what the fuck to do, I'm gonna tell you what I started doing, because I started doing a lot of research and investigating and all that. How do I rid myself of this feeling? How do I get rid of this feeling of feeling like I'm trapped inside of my body and I'm trapped in the world, and things is, just feelings of paranoia and all this type of shit. The first thing that I did, I started consuming just water. The only thing other than water that I consumed was watermelon water that I blended and juiced myself, and coconut water. I got certain coconut waters from the store, but I was drinking an abundance of actual water, H2O, right? Then I stopped eating meat. I started consuming a copious amount of vegetation and fruits, and then I learned about grounding. I started going outside, and this may sound crazy and peculiar to individuals, but this helped me reduce my cortisol levels to where I can function now, and I didn't feel like I was paranoid, depressed. I wasn't dealing with as much anxiety that I was dealing with after I had got COVID-19, and I started hugging trees. I took my shoes off. I went out in the front yard and I learned about grounding. I started grounding myself. I started hugging trees, and then I started meditating more. And then that's when the prayer and things of that nature begin to be effective. So you may face some hard times, man. My message today is, please don't commit suicide. A lot of people talk about suicide and suicide prevention, but they never get to the nitty gritty of why you're feeling the way you're feeling. People say, well, you should do counseling. Talking helps. Yeah, talking helps until you go back into that stressful situation, and you're dealing with that stressor, and now the cortisol production, it goes back, and it kicks up. So a lot of people's address the problem and say, hey, you shouldn't let the problem get you down. But what about the solution? What about the solution? Let's teach individuals about the chemicals that's secreted and that's produced in the brain that creates certain type of feelings, like the happy feelings, right? And I'm gonna get on this, and I'm gonna get off of this. When you're dating somebody, especially a woman hides who she truly is for the first 6 to 18 months. You're not dealing with that woman. You're not dealing with the essence of her. You're dealing with her representative. She's filling you out, and she's giving you a version of her that she feel like will satisfy you. You get what I'm saying? But in the midst of this, you love when she texts you. You love when she call you. You love being in her proximity. You love the way she smell. And you're like, man, this the one. Man, I want to be with her. I want to make this my wife. Do anybody know what's going on in the brain when this individual is feeling these emotions that he's feeling? And women too. It affects women the same way. This is called the honeymoon phase. In this honeymoon phase, the brain is producing dopamine, serotonin, and what's the other one? Dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin. So you're kind of like under the influence. You're kind of drugged every time you come in contact with this woman, and the body start producing serotonin and oxytocin. She give you a hug. The body producing dopamine. So you're not really making an informed decision when you say, I want to marry this woman. And then when you get into 10 months, you see a lot of flags that you had overlooked because you was under the influence of chemicals that the brain naturally secretes. Let me get into these comments, and I'm gonna jump up off this thing, man. Salute, yeah. I look forward to your videos. King, I appreciate that, man. Watch, bro, finally caught you alive. What's the deal, Dr. Cole? Much love, man. Everybody that support me, man, I truly appreciate that, because I have been under attack, and I'm not no stranger to danger. That's why they made me the park ranger. You understand what I'm saying? But I start questioning and reevaluating a lot of things. It's a lot of individuals in our community. They will sacrifice the truth to preserve a relationship. Okay, now this is the type of person I am. I'm not sacrificing the truth to preserve any kind of relationship, because if that relationship isn't rooted in the truth, then that's not a relationship that's worth me being a part of. Bottom line, I'm just keeping it real. A lot of people will sacrifice the truth to preserve a relationship. If you will sacrifice the truth to preserve a relationship, and this person is getting down foul, and this person is a dishonorable, sneaky type of individual, then I gotta reevaluate and reassess how I look at you. If you will sacrifice the truth to preserve a relationship, I can't. If these relationships isn't rooted in the truth, then I don't want to partake in them. Then you also got to understand, man, I be talking about the grand reset. Life as we know it, this illusion is about to dissipate. And then in actuality, reality is about to kick in, right? But one of the things that we're going to experience is individuals that we thought we were cool with and we thought we were on a level with, certain things about their character is about to be revealed. So it's going to be a grand reset, but it's also going to be a big separation. Even when you read the Bible, Yeshua, Jesus say, do not think that I come back to bring peace. What? Is you tripping? It's too many contaminated individuals here. So if I come back and I bring peace, and we're having peace with these contaminated individuals, then the individuals who are righteous can be contaminated by the unrighteous. So no, don't think that I'm coming back to bring peace. I'm coming to bring a sword. I'm coming to get it cracking. I'm coming to divide the righteous from the unrighteous. That's why I say it'd be mother against daughter, father against son, in-laws against in-laws, because it's going to be those in our family, right? And it also says in the Bible that a man's enemy will be of his own household. That's your hood, that's your tribe, that's your family, individuals that's the closest to you, individuals that you're familiar with, individuals that you thought you was on a level with. It got to be that it got to be that big separation that's going to transpire. Excuse me. Forgive me. It has to be that divide. Because a lot of peoples will support the wrong purely off relationships. And like I just said, some peoples will sacrifice the truth to preserve relationships. Individuals would choose to go against God because their mother may be living a certain type of way. And I love my mama. I don't want to leave my mama behind. I don't want my mama to feel neglected or abandoned and all that. So I gotta choose how my mama choosing. I love my daddy, but I know my daddy wrong, but it's right or wrong with me. I gotta choose and I gotta go with my daddy. I love my brother, but my brother down bad. And I'm not talking about my family per se. I'm not using my family as an example. I'm just saying, I'm just metaphorically speaking. It has to be that divide. And the Bible also say, because there's no in-betweens, there's no gray areas, and I don't believe in coincidence. So a lot of things that's being manifested to me, I say, hallelujah, thank you, Lord. I appreciate you, Yahweh. I see it. A lot of individuals that I was cool with, we'll never be cool again. Scouts honor, brother. We'll never be cool again because we're vibrating on different frequency. You're the type of individual that'll get me to the right spot so the wrong things can happen to me. So Yahweh, the Most High God, has manifested that and revealed that to me because we're living in a time of revelations. Information. If I give you some information here, man, 2 + 2 = 4. I just revealed something to you. So the big thing about revelations is going to be information, data, technology, all this type of shit that we're oblivious to because we're being led like cattle to our destruction. But getting back to what I was saying, being that God revealed it to me and these individuals will never be cool again. We can't. We're vibrating on different frequencies. For the right amount of money or for certain, I'm not gonna say right. I want to be more responsible with my words. For a certain amount of money and for a certain reason, you will betray me in a manner that they betrayed Jesus, especially when I'm getting on here and I'm speaking the truth. So we got to be mindful of all this, you know what I mean? So it's going to be that great divide. And like I was saying, what Yeshua would say, do not think that I come to bring peace, for I do not. I come to bring a sword. What do you use a sword for? War. It got to be a separation. I come to put brothers against brother, mother against daughter, father against son, in-laws against in-law. It got to be that separation. So don't be afraid of losing certain relationships with certain individuals that at one point in time you were cool with because you had a shared agenda. But a lot of us is ascending. This right here. Where is that? Let me see, can I get it? Where is it at? Where you at? Oh, there you go, right there. I don't know if, yeah, right there. It's changing. The sun is changing. The DNA codes, the codes that the sun is sending is awakening a lot of individuals. A lot of us is coming into our state of awakening, and it plays a big part in the sun. It even talks about the significance of the sun in the book of Revelations, that God would give authority to one of the angels to intensify the heat of the sun. This sun is going into another stage. This sun is getting bigger. It's getting hotter. It talks about that in the Bible. And scientifically, they're talking about it now. A couple of my kin folks on here, man, shout out, I believe it was EU Coleman, man. Thank you so much for putting me up on Dr. Blair. Man, it's profound. Y'all should check out Dr. Blair and the information that this brother is putting out there. I had started checking out Dr. Blair. I had met with an associate of mine yesterday, and this dude just started shooting all this Dr. Blair at me. Whoa, 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 Baba, you got to check out Dr. Blair. Whoa, whoa, I say, whoa, man, I don't believe in coincidence. A couple of my kin folks just told me to check out Dr. Blair. And what Dr. Blair is talking about in regards to this sun, our sun, is things that I have studied in the past, but to hear his unique perspective, man, is profound. He's talking about this sun changing our genetic code. And if you've been doing research in regards to GMO, genetically modified organisms, they're saying that it's foods out there that they're producing through GMO that's changing our RNA. So once it changes our RNA and that's successful, what you think they're going to start working on next? Our DNA. We're being contaminated. We're being poisoned. We're being killed by the food that we consume. But you know what can really help us? This right here. The genetic codes is changing. The frequency is changing. Things is changing. Everything is evolving, but they don't want us to evolve. All right, let me get into these comments. I apologize if it seems like I was bloviating. All right, bro, finally caught you live. Sagging, right on time. Need to hear this. What up, G? This G F13. I was into. Wait, hold on. This gangster, cuz? Never, fool. Hey, man, that's a real South Sider right there, homie. So, man, that's gangster. Hey, man, gangster. If that's you, man, from Florence, man, that was what cottage? What cottage was that? Orientation, man. Hey, man, shout out to you, homie. Much love, man. That's the real Sudanio South Sider right there, man. Oh man, hey homie, hey gangster man, much love, bro. I thank God, man, that you alive and well, man, and I pray that your family is prospering and you're prospering as well, man. Much love, man. Gangster's a solid motherfucker, man. One true soldier, the pieces, pieces, pieces. Okay, very reasonable man, and you seem to be speaking through our Lord Jesus. Ah, I hear what you're saying, one true soldier. I just choose not to utilize the word Jesus when I'm talking about Yeshua and the embodiment of the Holy Spirit. I choose to say Yeshua instead of Jesus because when you take Jesus and you learn the etymology of Jesus, the etymology of Jesus is a word that's Greek, and it's IOEUS. IOEUS. Something like that, right? And when you take that word and you translate that Greek word into English, it means hail Zeus or praise be to Zeus. So I don't use Jesus, but I appreciate that. I appreciate that love. You need to get into a classroom, be a teacher. I'm a teacher now. Only thing the word teacher mean is I believe the educator, to educate, the educator means to show the way. And I believe the etymology of teacher means to bring out. So if you got greatness in you and I'm a teacher, I'm going to show you how to hone that talent and live in your greatness. So technically I'm a teacher now by actual definition when you research the etymology. Do you like metal? Do I like metal? Motherfucker, what do you mean do I like metal? Society, the society that we live in, we would be able to live in this type of society without metal. So metal is cool. I don't know if you're talking about the gold change, which is gold is a precious metal as well. I don't know if that's what you're referencing or what, but yes, I love metal. A lot of the things that we erect and construct in this society is metallic. Hey, but I appreciate y'all hearing me get on here and just share what I've been sharing and whatnot. Hey man, I want y'all to stop doubting yourself. Don't doubt yourself. When the Most High, whoever your God is, when God puts something on your spirit and God tell you to speak, then speak. But everybody may not be blessed with the anointings of speaking. But when God puts something in your spirit and God tell you to do. Stop doubting yourself. Your frequency is changing. The vibration is changing. You're going to be more spiritually inclined to see the things that you can't see with your physical eyes because your pineal gland is trying to open up because of the genetic codes that the sun is sending to us. We're in a transformative state right now. Don't be afraid of changing. Don't be afraid of shedding dead weight and losing old relationships that no longer serve you in this season. And this season is a season of revelation and rebuilding. So a lot of us have to be rebuilt. And if you refuse to be rebuilt, then it's going to be to your demise and your detriment. Don't be afraid. When your God puts something on your spirit, don't doubt it. When that intuition tell you, whatever it tell you, don't doubt it. You're not crazy. A lot of things is going to be seeming out of the ordinary, but you're not crazy. I promise you, you're not crazy. All right. Likewise, homie, we're blessed to be out here. Caught you on this YouTube randomly. Blessing to you and yours. Man, GA. Likewise, family. Much love, man. Hey, you're a real brown brother, man, and you're a real Sordania on Southsider, man. You feel what I'm saying? So, it's all love. Excuse me. I made a couple of videos in regards to Sordanios, but I never used derogatory terms to describe them or anything of that nature. It's just my version in my truth of interacting with, certain Serranios and Southsiders and whatnot. So please don't take offense, man, because at the end of the day, our ascent and where we're going, black, brown, white, and all that shit is going to be irrelevant and insignificant because it's going to be about us connecting to our true essence and living in a more spiritual manner. You know what I mean? All the things that really matter in life, it transcends race, it transcends religion. We all need oxygen. We all need this amazing ball of fire right here. We all need to consume. We all need to defecate. We need to consume, take in, and put out. You know what I mean? So the things that really matter in life is beyond race and religion. But there are those amongst our ranks who make sure that we don't gravitate away from race and religion because race and religion is a factor that they use to control us. You feel what I'm saying? But I digress. You have a super vocabulary. Keep up your great contributions. I appreciate you. Thank you. Rad Xer. All right, let me read that back because it may be coded. Ray X Dar. I don't know. I needed to hear this. You are giving people what they need to hear by helping people morally. Man, oh, I think he just laid some Swahili on me. I don't, I lost the ability to speak Swahili, so I'm gonna come back. I'm a blood. When I lived in Bmore, all races and gangs tied flags and made peace. Shit was beautiful. Hey, I can dig that. In 1992 in Watts, we did the same thing, but certain individuals used the propaganda to put out this myth and this false narrative that the Crips and Bloods was coming together to go against the Serranios and the police. So what the police did, they came there and they broke it up. They identified certain peoples amongst our ranks that was, destitute, needed money, needed a paycheck, and they bought them out. And when the police said, okay, it's time for you guys to congregate and talk about, peace and solutions in your community, but you have to let us do it. And if you let us spearhead it, we're going to give you a check. Just include us. But when have you ever known the police to come into our community and do anything that was in favor of us as a people? Because if they stop the things that we're plagued by, then they have to reduce their force. What about Northanios? Bro, you ain't never been out the hood. Who ain't never been out the hood? What the? Hey, come on, kid, folks. Let's not pass judgment, man. I'd have been I'd have been around this nation, talking to the youth and doing some keynote speaking and some motivational speaking and whatnot. So let's not pass judgment. That's what I be talking about. People always want to pass judgment before they actually become acquainted with a person or, familiar with their message and who they are and know their backstory. Let's not do that, Kim, folks. I was just about to go to Cannes when the pandemic broke out, and the only reason why I wasn't able to go to Cannes for the Cannes International Film Festival is my documentation wasn't right, man. I had opportunities to travel abroad or whatnot, but I was on parole or my documentation wasn't right. So let's not do that, man. I've been to many states in the United States of America, so you can't say I've never been out the hood. You don't obtain the type of information that I have been blessed to be able to obtain by just being stuck and stagnated in the hood. I'm not in the hood right now. Look where I'm at, brother. I'm at the place where I handle my business at. I'm at a place where I give brothers the tools and the skills that they need to build better relationships with their children. I give brothers the tools to how to thoroughly communicate and build and structure these relationships and how to maintain these relationships. So let's not pass judgment, Ken, folks, because you really don't know me and I don't know you, but welcome to my platform and it's all love. I pray that you and your loved ones is all right. Harrison Price, hi. Peace and blessings, Ken, folks, or peace and blessings, because that means something different. And peace and blessings. Hi, buddy. Miss Kratz, peace and blessings, Queen Jerky. What up, my boy? I'm a full grown man, but hey, what up, my man? Hey there, boy. What the? Come on. Hey, hey, when it get like that, man, I gotta obsquatulate. I think I said that right. I gotta obsquatulate when these type of dynamics manifest. I gotta obsquatulate. I gotta remove myself with haste, quickly. You feel what I'm saying? Just asking, bro. Not passing judgments. Just jumped in narrative here, and it's all love, Kim, folks. I thank you for just tuning in. It's all love. Agree, Lo. Peace and blessings, Carter G. Blank. Shout out to all the great Southsiders. Yeah, shout out to Shout out to all the righteous and forward-thinking Sordanio brothers, Northanio brothers, Crip brothers, Blood brothers, because it's gonna take us all to stand up to this revolution that's coming. Hey man, listen. I'm gonna make another video, right? So Wes Watson has ruffled the feathers of a lot of Soranios, right? With a statement that he made, and this may have some blowback. It may have some blowback if Wes Watson is, and I don't know because I haven't dived deep into him as an individual and whatnot. I know some of the motivational speaking parts that he or clips that he upload is inspirational. Even if he's a Caucasian or whatnot, it doesn't really matter because he says some inspirational things. But if this guy is really a part of that Aryan situation and they respect him and they back him or whatnot, it may be a crazy situation that's about to manifest. You feel what I'm saying? Peace. Frank Nitty, peace and salute, Kim folks. I met an older Southsider yesterday, banged on him. Why would you bang on him? What's up, bro? Love from Austin, Texas. Hey, man, love from where I'm currently at, my current situation, my current environment. Love, return to you and your loved ones, man. And I send and I pray a multitude of blessings, besiege you and your kin folks. Hey, man, I'm not even listening. I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. I'm from PJ Wash Crib, man. That's the neighborhood. That's my community. That's my tribe. But I'm not about to get out here banging on people for what? I want to unify those who are righteous. I want to inspire those who are trying to get the answers and information that's required for us to upgrade ourselves, for us to elevate, for us to start doing things in a more productive and efficient manner. You know what I mean? I don't want to bang on nobody, man. I don't even want to partake in that negativity. You know, I just went through some crazy shit, with some people in my community. And it's like, man, this wasn't my intentions, to have people upset, to have people's in their feelings and whatnot. But I'm not gonna really get into it. But Watts is a very unique place. Now, when you go to South Central, it's okay for a cat from Roller Sixes to say, yeah, this is how the war started, and a cat from A-Trade Gangsta to say, yeah, the war started like this, whoopty whoop and all that. Nobody get up in their feelings. Nobody becomes frustrated, agitated, infuriated because this is how it started. Nobody saying, oh, you're trying to open up old wounds with talking about this and all that. And Watts, being that we were a close-knit community and we never should have started cripping in blood, and a lot of people had and maintained those relationships with other individuals even when a war broke out. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people did a lot of dishonorable shit when a war broke out. So when I start talking about how the war started and this, and that, and third, a lot of people want to know is their secrets going to be exposed of them playing, both sides against the middle and, all this type of shit. And also being in bed with the police. Watts is a very unique place. And it's no shade in my city. It's just now God is opening my eyes. Now I'm privy to a lot of things that I wasn't privy to because I'm coming at it from a different perspective, which is spiritually than physically. You can deceive me in the physical, but you can't deceive me in the spiritual because I'm vibrating on another frequency. You feel what I'm saying? What's up? What's your homie outlaw? I'm not familiar with a cat by that name from Empirico's PJ Watts crib. Maybe he has a different moniker that he go by. Just like I have several monikers that I go by, but essentially I'm Yay Yay. Do you know Big U? I met Big U. I'm not. Hey, yeah, I met Big U. I met Big U on the set of that Don Cheadle T.I. and the young lady from Veronica Mars. I don't know if it was House of Cards or was it House of Lies, but they was on Wilmington and they was shooting an episode for that. T.I. when he had came down to watch, he had hit Big U, say, hey Big U, I'll be over here and watch, man, come down and fuck with me and all that. I got a very interesting story about that, but being that Watts is on pins and needles right now about some of my content and the truth that I'm putting out there, I don't want to rub people the wrong way. So maybe, I'll give y'all the story later about how I had met Big U and the situations that had transpired because the shit went all on TMZ. I believe you can go on TMZ and check it out right now. Don Cheadle, House of Cards or House of Lies, They said that it was shooting in the community and they had to stop the production and all that type of shit. Nobody was shooting at Big U. I don't want people to take my words, twisting them, and it get misconstrued. Nobody pressed Big U. Nobody shot at Big U. I'm just saying that how I had met Big U. It was on that TV episode that they was shooting right there on Watson between Wilmington on Wilmington and between 114 and 113. TMZ got wind of the story in 2013 or 2014. TMZ got hip to the things that had transpired, and they did a story about it. You know, shots rang out between rival gang members while House of Cards or House of Lies was in production and all that type of shit. So yeah, I had briefly met Big U, you know, that type of thing. I like how you articulate yourself, boss man. I will get you an interview with no jumper. If you can, that'd be great, man. But I don't want to be rude. If Adam want me to come over there and disrespect people and go crazy and create controversy and all that, like I can't do it, Kim folks. I'm too loyal to my movement, which is just trying to bring solution to a lot of these things that's plaguing our community and us as black men. And then, you know, with our brown brothers and our white brothers and all that type of shit, even though they are under a certain type of indoctrination, but excuse me, even though they're under currently under a certain type of indoctrination because they subscribe to a certain type of ideology and whatnot, but even a lot of them is about to start jumping on board and supporting you know, us as black men, and that's us as just men. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, I just want to create solutions, man. So if Adam would allow me to come on here and talk about my life and talk about the things that I have been through, the things that I have seen, and how I made ameliorations to my life, I would love to grace that brother stage. All right. Muhammad Ibn Abdullah. Do you know Big T? Which Big T? I know several Big T's. Which Big T are you referring to? It was on a podcast called Wiggins TV. All right, Wiggins TV. What was on a podcast called Wiggins TV? I'm familiar with that brother that does that content over there, Wiggins TV. Yeah, I'm familiar with the content that he does and whatnot. Direct your footsteps towards those that love the same things you do, and sometimes you won't but trust. You won't but trust in yourself and never give up or fear the hard times people would pass or try and plant on you. Yeah. Listen, certain things that I used to talk about, I'm going to refrain from talking about those things because it's getting people agitated, frustrated, and irritated. The enemy know who I am. They represent the light. Well, I'm not going to say they represent the light, but they see our lights. They see that we're vibrating on a different frequency, right? And one thing the honorable Malcolm X had, you know, that I learned from the honorable Malcolm X is they would have one of us to kill one of us just to say one of us killed us. You feel what I'm saying? So they would use these dudes from the other side to come and try to assassinate me just to say, oh, he died on some gang violence type shit. So now in regards to that, I'm because it's bigger than me. And my content has to be bigger than, you know, Imperial Courts, Jordan Downs, Hacianas, Niggas and Garns, and everything in between inside of Watch. You know what I mean? I have to set the bar higher. You know what I mean? I originally started this channel to, you know, kind of refute and set the record straight in regards to certain narratives that was painted about Imperial Courts, housing projects, the PJ Wash Cribs, but it's so much more than that. It's so much more than that. You feel what I'm saying? So I have to, you know, pick my content more meticulously because the powers that be will have a nigga that's stuck in the ghetto, don't have a pot to piss in and throw it out to extinguish my life because they understand when the right individuals hear my message, they're going to be awakening, or it's going to spark something in them, or it's going to plant a seed. And life situations is going to water that seed, and they're going to be like, man, I remember when that cat from PJ's, Bobby A. Jones, said this, and now I'm starting to see it. Some of the things that I'm going to say is going to reveal things. It's going to take the blindfolds off, and now you're going to see the shit for the actuality, reality, for what it really is. You feel what I'm saying? So there's power in words. They always wanted to keep us deaf, dumb, and blind, especially carbonated people. They didn't want us to have the ability to express ourselves and to thoroughly articulate. Because it's words, excuse me, it's power in words, and they knew that. That's why they said that we were less than human. That's why they said that we were niggers, and that's why they said all this derogatory shit towards us, because a lot of our people really believe that. But there's now information that dispels all those narratives. Now there's information that shows that nigga, nigger, negro, negro, negrito, Nigeria, Niger, all these words have the same origin. And nigga is actually not a derogatory term if you really research it. But they knew who we were, and they took who we were and they made it a bad thing to where we don't even want to be who we really are. When you go to Ethiopia and they talking about Negus, niggas, they're talking about kings. When the Hebrews were chased out of Israel by I believe it was the Assyrians. I think it was the Assyrians. Don't quote me on that. Do your research. When the Israelites, when the Hebrews was chased out of Israel, a lot of them they planted themselves in Ethiopia. The teachings is there. The artifacts, the relics is there that shows that we are really the Hebrews. But they say, oh, these people are so lost, they're so discombobulated and so confused that they want to be everybody. They want to be the Indians, they want to be the Hebrews, they want to be the Jews, they want to be the Aztecs, they want to be the Mayans. But all these individuals that you name at one point in time was carbonated, melanated individuals. So how are we trying to be these individuals? It's been scientifically proven that the cradle of humanity and civilization was in Africa. So if the original inhabitants of Africa was melanated carbonated people, then that means that his descendants was melanated carbonated people until the mutated gene became massively produced. The mutated gene is albinism. But I won't get into that. That's a little, you know what I mean? That's a little, yeah. And I've been talking to y'all for 42 minutes. Oh, all right, hold on. See, man, I don't know how to block this dude, Jerky. He say, would you let Crip Mac hit the C nasty on you? Bro, that sound weird, bro. I don't know. Come on, bro. Like that sound rooted in homosexual behavior, bro. I don't get down like that, Kim folks. Please don't disrespect me like that. I'm just acting respectfully, man. God bless Crip Mac. I pray that, he can get a good deal or, things work in his favor. But like, come on, bro. That was a weird ass question, man. Please refrain from asking me dumb questions like that. Keep speaking your truth, brother. You're different from these MFers. You speak well and always have a great message. But we men sometime will fall into the BS. You're right. And I'm not letting myself, fall into the BS again. Because I seen the traps and the snares that a certain individual was laying. And he was good. He was good. He was good, man. Man, he was skilled in it. And I ain't gonna even go into it, you know what I mean? I'm gonna refrain from it. Nigga means king, royalty. Yes, yes indeed. That sun behind you is shining from your heart being pure, sunshine. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, if you a dude, man, don't be calling me no motherfucking sunshine if you a dude. One true soldier VT. Hey, if you a dude, don't be calling me no sunshine, man. If you're a female, I accept that. You're a trip, boy. All right, dude. Here you go with the negativity. What you yapping about? If you don't know what I'm yapping about, then maybe you should exit stage left. If it doesn't resonate with you, then you should exit stage left. But the enemy is always gonna sit back, watch, try to agitate, try to get you infuriated, to get you in an emotional state to where you can't be pragmatic. So we ain't gonna even give you no more attention. Jerky, that's your name. On Paru, don't mention me, Frankie boy. Nanny's a Paru. I don't really believe this guy's. He's a troll. You also need mods for so fam. You also need mods, fam. So these gay ass MFers can't troll you. Hey, yeah, I'm listen, man. I just recently just started investing in my content and in this platform or whatnot. So I'm not fully educated to the ins and outs and all that. People's talking about monetization and all that. I'm not doing this to be monetized, but if it's an opportunity, I will seize that opportunity. But I don't know the first step of none of that. And then they say, when I do these videos, I got to tell people, hey, hit that like button, like and like, hey, hit that like button, share, like, and subscribe. Like, I'm new to this shit, man. You know what I mean? I just wanted to create this platform to, originally, correct some of the things that was, being thrown towards the housing project that I'm from. And then I'm like, man, it's so much bigger than that. I got so much more that I can talk about other than what's happening in Watts and this project and that project and so on and so forth. Like, it's real information that I want to get out there to the people, to the masses and whatnot. So, that's the page that I'm on now. You feel me? And I'm gonna let y'all go, man. I love y'all. Y'all stay up and be blessed. Stay